From making a 40-hour video to go viral in 2017 to giving his followers the most daring stunts on YouTube, here's the story of how Mr. Beast has generated billions of views on his videos. And it all began the very day he started his channel in 2012. At first, his videos were nothing to write home about, nor did they get a lot of views, except from his mom maybe. Like, who would watch a video on why Reddit was going haywire, back when everyone was talking about it? But then, one crazy day, he had a totally random idea of counting from 1 to 100,000 and streaming it on his channel. Now, you have to imagine this. There you have a 19-year-old YouTuber sitting on his chair for 40 hours straight and counting non-stop to a totally random number. Who would watch that, right? But little did anyone know that this dude was creating history that day. In fact, what started as a silly idea ended up being a game changer for Mr. Beast's channel. The counting video went viral, and suddenly people started to take notice. But Mr. Beast wasn't content with just one hit video. He kept pushing the boundaries with more daring stunts, bigger giveaways, and even philanthropy. When he started doing that, well, everyone flocked toward him. It was as if he'd cracked the code on what worked on YouTube, because at this point, his subscribers began to multiply at an incredible rate. People became more and more interested in what he was doing, and let's just say he was doing the craziest things, from making a totally insane cup fort that's got him 4 million views to date, by the way, to microwaving dry ice, and even his iPhone. He started going mad scientist level insane with his content, and that was it. 2017 became the year he gained his first million subscribers, and I don't think the guy's ever looked back since, because he had done what YouTubers today just can't figure out. He understood the assignment. He knew that people, at least those in his demographic, don't visit YouTube for discussions. They needed mindless entertainment, like Jake Peralta singing Backstreet Boys with potential murderers, or a guy who could say Logan Paul 1,000 times. So he just started doing that, and it worked. But he didn't just stick to one niche. In fact, he never stopped experimenting, even when he was clearly successful. This was also the time he began making emotional content, like when he tipped an Uber driver 10,000 bucks, or when he gave his mom $100,000 and called it the proudest day of his life. Tell me, who doesn't love heartfelt videos like that? And when he started adding those Twitch donation videos, well, I think that was when the whole gaming community decided that Mr. Beast was their one true savior, and it's all been uphill for him since. It's one thing to make videos though, and that may have worked for Mr. Beast for a while, but this guy had seen what a super successful video could achieve, and he wanted to push the boundaries of what could be done on YouTube. So what did he do? He started crowdfunding his YouTube videos. Now, at this point, he had already become a super popular dude who had Ubered people in tanks and randomly gifted his friends new cars. He had become a brand of his own who would do the most audacious, amazing, and even dumb things to get people to watch him. So while they were doing that, he started selling his merch to them too. And that created a cycle that allowed him to build on his popularity. Like, remember that time he announced his merch launch on Twitter? He prefaced it by saying he was doing it to make a super expensive video, which just added to the curiosity of what he was about to do next. Was he going to gift someone a Ferrari? Was he about to jump off Burj Khalifa? Was he collecting money to foot his hospital bill after that? No one knew what was coming next, and that was when he dropped his most mind-blowing video of that time by giving his 40 millionth subscriber 40 cars. Sounds absolutely insane, right? But for Mr. Beast, it was just a usual day at work, because at this point he had developed a formula that gave him super solid insights into what his audience wanted to see. Look, it's simple. We live in a mundane world. Everyone's got their own routine, and everyone's tired of it.
Before we chopped it up. Oh yeah, we should mention that we're Call of Duty players and trained professionals. Don't do this at home unless you play lots of Call of Duty.
Please don't do this.
He's out there. I'm single.
So when you go to YouTube or Netflix, all you want is to escape reality with your favorite shows and movies. And that is exactly what he used to drive his views forward. He did the wildest things to make people click on his videos. Instead, he was doing these things for real, which made everyone go mad, either with awe or anger, because no one could believe what was happening. It's like the lottery, but on crack. And that made people addicted to him and his videos. Those who knew him couldn't get enough of him. him, and in their curiosity to see what he was going to do next, they'd go back and view his previous videos too. And those who didn't know him would be shocked at the lengths he was going to for his followers, which just created a cycle of reach.
It looks like a whale.
Virality and subscription that kept growing his YouTube channel, and he made sure that once people subscribed to him, they never left. He did that by not only creating great content, but also by expanding and localizing his channels and videos. As of now, Mr. Beast owns 6 core channels: Mr. Beast, Beast Philanthropy, Mr. Beast Gaming, Mr. Beast Shorts, Beast Reacts, and Mr. Beast 2. Aside from these, he's also got local channels in French, Russian, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese, all of which combined get him millions of views every day. That's not a coincidence, nor is it a sudden experiment that surprisingly worked. In fact, his experimentation stage ended when he finished counting to 100,000 in 2017. Now, he's all about purpose-driven content, where he either entertains people or helps them, or both, while also making sure that his expansion strategy keeps him growing day by day. And of course, it also helps that he continuously reinvests in his videos. Like in June 2020, he revealed that he had already spent $10 million on his videos. That's a crazy amount of money. But when you look at his videos, you understand that to make this kind of insane content, you definitely need to put up an insane amount of money. Like, just look at the last 3 videos he's made. Then compare this to another popular YouTuber like PewDiePie, for example. No hate to my boy Felix here, but anyone could make those videos, even if they don't get the kind of reach and views he does. But when it comes to Jimmy, you know he's created a monopoly with this kind of content, which just goes to show that his reinvestment strategy is definitely working. And so is his engagement strategy with his audience. Whether it's smaller stories like tipping pizza guys thousands of dollars, to literal miracles like making 1,000 blind people see for the first time, I can clearly say that at this point, Mr. Beast could probably play Pied Piper, and people would follow him anywhere, even if it's to outer space. No, really, what if the first person to follow him to Mars wins a private island, or the last person to enter Jupiter wins a private jet? It's not unheard of in his world, right? And that's what's crazy here. Because of his videos, Mr. Beast has created a universe where people literally worship him. Whether it's his history of philanthropy, or with Mr. Beast burgers during the pandemic, the Clean Seas campaign, or his unique way of entertaining people, there is no denying that he's already built a YouTube empire for himself. So there you have it. From engaging his followers in the wildest stunts online to spending 40 hours himself counting to 100,000. These were all the reasons why Mr. Beast has been able to generate billions of views on his YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness.